Hello everybody, I am Jmulls of Jmulls Gaming, and our journey through the tanks of Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail continues with the Gunbreaker. Funnily enough, the one actually leveled first in Dawntrail, and I have been absolutely loving this thing. A bit of context though, Gunbreaker is funnily enough the only tank I missed out on in Endwalker. I just didn't level the thing. So going into Dawntrail, it was stuck at level 80 for me. So I decided, screw it, I'll level it first. So I went from 80 to 100 on the thing, and I really enjoy it. Like, I really enjoy Gunbreaker. And I know it's been kind of like the talk about town in regards to the tanks because its DPS is wild. I also just really enjoy playing the tank. Like, it's a really solid job, and it's really fun. And I think it's being elevated a lot for me because of the actual fight design of Dawntrail, and I want to get into that in today's video, which is essentially what I did for the Dark Knight, giving my impressions overall on Gunbreaker and how fun it is. I tend to find a lot of people focus in on how balanced it is, or what are the numbers like for jobs in Final Fantasy XIV. I care about how fun is it to play. And for Gunbreaker, I find it a lot of fun, mainly because of its kind of bread and butter, continuation. Essentially, some abilities you do unlock an additional OGCD, an off-global cooldown ability, that you can weave into your rotation. And by doing so, it makes Gunbreaker feel really fast and constant. You're always pressing buttons, which is something that I really enjoy out of Gunbreaker. I like a job where I'm pressing a lot of buttons. I like one that's busy and one that's fast, and Gunbreaker fits the bill. You may be asking, but why do you like Gunbreaker so much? Well, they started this in Endwalker, but they also leaned into it when it came to Dawntrail. Basically, they gave everything continuation. Well, not everything, but a lot. So they gave Burst Strike a continuation proc by granting you Ready to Blast, but also Fated Circle. Yeah, back in Shadowbringers when I played Gunbreaker, these things not having a continuation was one of my biggest critiques about it because AoE was just boring. Whereas in single target, I had continuation. Burst Strike just felt as if it gave me depression every time I had to press it instead of Gnashing Fang because, well, it was just a one and done. And while, yeah, you can argue that maybe the Jugular Rip OGCD combo with continuation is not the most interesting thing in the world, I like pressing the buttons, and funnily enough, it gets that gameplay feedback loop that Gunbreaker had in Final Fantasy VIII, where when you do an attack, you do an additional attack to proc the explosive. Well, not proc, but do the explosive, and it's cool, and it feels good to pull off. And to me, that is why I like Gunbreaker so much. Things just feel good to pull off. I genuinely thought I wouldn't like Double Down. Double Down being an ability introduced in Endwalker, but again, I haven't played the thing since Shadowbringers, so it's new to me. It costs 2 cartridges. We have 3 in total. I thought it'd be a bit awkward to use and just not that fun overall. 1, it looks so cool, right? Like doing the giant X into the floor and it blowing up. Look, I'm easy to please in this regard. Give me a giant explosion, you're kind of good to go. But what it does, right, is it makes cartridge management actually remotely intriguing to me. It's not the hottest thing in the world. You're basically just building them up to save to utilize within your No Mercy cooldown. But it's nice. And it's kind of cool to work around to where you're not just doing either 3 burst strikes or maybe you weave in a Gnashing Fang combo within. It can give you an opportunity to dump 2 cartridges, which is nice on occasion, and it feels good to press because it's a big heavy hitting ability. Thing is 1200 potency. By the way, potency on Gunbreaker is kind of wild. But if they gave everything continuation, it would get a little bit dull and uninteresting, apparently. But at level 100, they give you like Reign of Beasts. So you know Bloodfest, the thing that gives you all of your cartridges? Yeah, that now gives you a really cool combo. It's GCD locked, sure, but it's still nice. It also, 1, varies up the flow of combat, but also it just looks really cool. It's Reign of Beasts into Noble Blood, I think, and then into Lionheart. And these abilities just look awesome. I mean, like, come on, look at this. Boom, there you go. It looks insanely cool with all the graphical animations, and Lionheart just feels like pure disrespect, as if you're little broing the target. It's so good. And on top of that, it gives you all your cartridges. So especially in a dungeon, it's so good. It's fun. And that is the name of the game when it comes to Gunbreaker. It's a ton of fun. One of my, biggest concerns, if you could call it that, with Gunbreaker back in the the day was that if you had to move a boss during continuation, it was a bit of a clown show, right? Just because of the range of the abilities. So it felt like you had to like stutter step to move the boss. Just with fight design in Dawntrail, you don't have to move most bosses that far, funnily enough. And if I need to, I can just alter my rotation slightly and it's fine. And I like it when Final Fantasy XIV get fast-paced and hectic, and that's been kind of the fight design of Dawntrail so far, when it's either the dungeons or it's the raids. So doing my Gunbreaker combo, which can be fast and hectic, alongside the actual fight design of Dawntrail, it's been a blast. When you have good job design, and you also have good fight design, the enjoyment I get is greater than the sum of its parts. They work off of each other and synergize with each other. It's fun. It's simply fun, and I like it. I really do. And it's a job where one of its weakest elements for me, back when I played it in Shadowbringers, was its AoE rotation just being like glorified sleep medication. Like, this thing would put you out. It'd have you counting sheep within seconds, like... But one, the whole Lionheart combo off of Bloodfest is AoE, thank God. Double Down is AoE. They gave Fated Circle continuation, basically. Actually it's called Ready to Raise. You know what I mean. So it's just fun. Like, yeah, you do most of that in your single target rotation anyways, but still, at least you have more than just Demon Slice, Demon Slaughter, ooh, Fated Circle, Demon Slice, Demon Slaughter, ooh, Fated Circle. Oh, cool, Bow Shock's off a cooldown. I can press a new button. Ugh! It's nice. It's simple. And it's actually kind of funny when you think about how do we make Gunbreaker more fun and enjoyable. We just give it even more continuation. And you know what? It kind of worked for me. You can feel this tank being focused on offense, and it's nice. But even then, funnily enough, now let's get into the actual defensive stuff about it. Like, the defenses are really good too. Like, it just works. It's just a really good tank. It all just works with each other. A lot of it is based off of healing yourself, sure, with like Corundum and Aurora. But while it's like mitigation and defensives are rather simplistic because, again, Aurora just heals you with a regen. Corundum just reduces your damage you take or gives you a big heal, either when you need it when your HP drops below 50% or when the thing just runs out anyways. So you get a heal, which is quite nice. It's 900 potency. You have nice defensives with Great Nebula, Corundum again, or Camouflage, which just gives you parry rate, which is quite nice in dungeons. On top of your basic roll stuff like Rampart and Arm's Length, it's a really good tank. It's fun. And I got a feeling that once I level up all of my tanks and I finish off Warrior and Paladin, I'll probably still play Gunbreaker quite a bit. Like, it's that enjoyable to me. I play it and I simply have a good time with it, and that's what I'm asking for it. Like, the only change I can see them make when it comes to Gunbreaker, instead of an entire class rework, which I don't know why you would do that, is like maybe in 8.0, they give Lionheart continuation as well. Like, that's the only thing I can think of. Or they give you a 3 cartridge spender for some reason, and I don't even think that would work. It has a really good flow to it, and it just works. I never really find myself wanting for defense or mitigation, and if I do, I probably just played badly. It's super fun offensively. You can argue Heart of Light being magic damage is a little bit duh, because if the boss is doing physical AoE, lol, but it's fine. There's also a little minigame you can play. You may not know this. Let me teach you all in on what we like to call the toxic meta. So if you ever really want to stress your healer out, what you're gonna want to do is either play Dark Knight just an overall, or you're gonna play Gunbreaker. Now, why Gunbreaker? Well, your invuln is called Superbolide, yeah? And we're gonna pronounce it like that from now on. So what it does, right? These little cheeky jabronis over at Square Enix back in the day, when they were cooking up Gunbreaker, they decided, what if we made the invuln drop your HP to 1? So if you ever really want to stress your healer out and you need a good chuckle, wait until right before a giant damage window comes in, or a fight gets really hectic and you're at like full HP. You're gonna then pop Superbolide for absolutely no reason. You're not gonna need the invuln. But what you're gonna do is drop your HP from like max to 1, and your healer's gonna freak out. And you'll see like 15 spell effects on your character within like 2 seconds. That or your healer just jumps off the ledge and just says, look, we're gonna go again. Like, one of those two situations will happen, and it's a good laugh every time it does. Okay, real talk for a second, I kinda like Superbolide. If I ever get really low on HP, I can just pop the thing, especially in like a dungeon or whatever. I just pop the thing, reduce my HP to 1, because I'm probably on like 5 HP anyway, so it's like, who cares about 4? And I just get an invuln, and I can just see my HP go up. Half of that's me, because I'm playing Gunbreaker, the other half's the healer. It's just nice. Like, it's fun. You have good tools in your kit, like Aurora having 2 charges. So if a party member is struggling on HP for whatever reason, I can pop it on them. It's just nice. Like, that's all I can say about it. It's just nice. I like it. It's good. It's yummy in my tummy. The glamour. Dude, it's the simplest thing ever. You want to make a glamour set for Gunbreaker? Let me let you in on the meta. What you're gonna want is a trench coat. You're gonna want an eye patch. Or, what I do, sometimes, is I'll use one of the near blindfolds. Yeah? That's the meta. Eye patches, loser stuff. You still have one eye. We need to cover that stuff up, yeah? Go full eye patch. Like, it's just that simple. It's that clean and easy. So fresh, so clean. So yeah, overall, I'm a big fan of Gunbreaker, and unless Warrior and Paladin absolutely blow me away, I'll probably be playing a lot of Gunbreaker this expansion. I just have a good time playing the thing, and that's what you want out of a job, you know? So yeah, those are my thoughts on Gunbreaker. I'll say, going from this to playing Dark Knight was definitely an experience. And if you'd want to know what that experience is like, is what I like to call Gunbreaker on hard mode, or like Struggle Warrior. I feel like I picked the most meme-filled way to level my tanks. I went from Gunbreaker to Dark Knight to Warrior. It's like an Oreo, just if like no one wanted the middle bit. But I'm joking around. Look, I leveled up Dark Knight simply for the artifact set. But yeah, Gunbreaker's cool. Thank you all for tuning in. Leave a comment down below with your thoughts, your opinions on Gunbreaker. What would you like to see changed about it? What do you really enjoy about it? Or what's a really good memory you have about Gunbreaker? I'd love to hear your thoughts, hear your opinions, and hear your perspectives on our fan cred cosplaying job. Stay safe, have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye, everybody. Until we meet again!